want to say a few words again today about becoming magnetic to the opposite sex. And I'm really enjoying looking at the concepts that are involved in becoming magnetic to the opposite sex, because it's important to understand really what helps us to become free in order to attract the opposite sex or not. But one of the important things that I think people face in looking at their own attractiveness as far as other people are concerned is the issue of self-love. And when we love ourselves very much, it helps us and frees us in our relationships in a number of ways and on a number of levels. And I want to speak a little bit about that today, because becoming attractive and magnetic to other people is an amazing thing. But being happy and content in our lives in general is more important. And so, out of that ability to love ourselves and be happy with our own life comes a magnetism as far as becoming very attractive in the world is concerned. Also, of course, that is founded on a life that is happy, that is fulfilling, and that is full of self-love. And I really want to highlight that point today about self-love, because it has a frequency all of its own, which is very attractive to other people, and becomes very attractive to ourselves, which is very important, because we need to feel attractive to ourselves, because true beauty comes from within and not from without, which is often a superficial attractiveness. Whereas in these videos I'm talking about substance and true attractiveness emanating from a good heart and based on love for ourselves and for other people, which then radiates out into the world and is very magnetic and is very attractive and is a lovely, joyful place to come from when interacting with other people. So self-love is important, and for a lot of people, loving themselves can feel very difficult, especially at the beginning when they start to look at the issue of self-love in their own lives. And in general, in our relationships, and as far as safe relationships is concerned, being able to love ourselves is a self-protective measure, because our choices will then be based on self-love, whilst being able to love others in the process. And often when we love ourselves in a very assertive and giving way, we're often serving others then, because we become an example and we become someone who can be trusted to emanate an authentic self-love, which doesn't need to tear others down. And so, where do we begin in terms of our self-love? Well, the first step, which is a good one, is to go within and to look at the issues that may have been hindering our own self-love process, which may have come from the past, or maybe in the present. And so there may be some issues there we need to look at, as in terms of our perception of ourselves and why we may believe that we do not deserve love. But everyone deserves to be loved, and everyone is loved by the divine and by the universe. And we have a lot of support, but we're not always aware of that. And so it's important to focus on this issue of self-love and coming from a place of supreme self-acceptance, so that we authentically love ourselves and do not come from a place of narcissism, but we come from an authentic place of self-love. And when we fill up on that self-love and self-acceptance and validation, we can then, out of that well of self-love, love others authentically, and we become able to validate our own attractiveness and our own beauty in an authentic way. And in that way, we do not necessarily need the validation from other people, which often puts us in a vulnerable position anyway. And so, focusing on our self-love and nurturing the self and nurturing the spirit and the soul appropriately really does free us to be able to love others and attract others from an authentic place, and also to forgive others appropriately when we need to. So I hope that's helpful, and I hope that it may have helped somebody out there on the road towards self-love, which is extremely magnetic and attractive. So as always, stay safe and happy. Bye-bye.